I'm doing good, I'm on some new shit, and saying yes instead of no. It applies to the situation that the song is written about, where, you know, you're updating a former lover on what your life is like now and trying.
In the world of modern celebrity, there are few names that command attention quite like Taylor Swift. Even in a year when she has not so much as stepped on a stage or teased a single new track, her influence has only grown more mysterious and magnetic. How has an artist who spent 2025 largely out of public view, no fresh music, no tours, barely a red carpet appearance, managed to dominate headlines, trend on social media, and spark a global conversation with every rumor and whisper? The answer, as it turns out, is the story of an artist whose power is rooted not just in her music, but in the very air she leaves behind when she disappears. It all began with the thunderous finale of the Eras tour in December 2024. After a year of globe-trotting performances and record-shattering box office numbers, Taylor Swift looked out over a sea of devoted fans and took her final bow, closing a chapter that had defined the music industry for 2 years. Just months before, she had released her last original material, a collection of songs that critics and fans alike hailed as another masterpiece. Then, almost as if orchestrating her own myth, she vanished. No surprise albums, no cryptic social media posts, just the rare paparazzi shot, almost always in the company of her boyfriend, NFL superstar Travis Kelce. For most artists, such a hiatus would spell disaster. The churn of celebrity culture demands constant motion, endless reinvention, and an eye toward the next viral moment. Yet, when the MTV Video Music Awards announced their finalists for Artist of the Year in 2025, there was Taylor Swift standing shoulder to shoulder with the likes of Bad Bunny, Beyoncé, Kendrick Lamar, Lady Gaga, Morgan Wallen, and The Weeknd. The internet lit up with disbelief and admiration. How could someone who had done nothing new, no singles, no videos, no performances, still be a frontrunner in the most competitive field in music? Fans took to social media, oscillating between awe and amusement. One wrote, "Didn't think she was going to be nominated since she didn't release anything this year, but hey, we'll take it." Another quipped, "She hasn't moved at all this year, and she's still getting a nomination." The hashtags, #Taylor Swift and #VMA 2025 trended for days, as observers marveled at her reach. In an industry where relevance is often measured in weeks, Taylor's ability to command attention from the shadows is almost supernatural. But her absence has not been a retreat, it's been a recalibration. Behind the scenes, Taylor has been making moves that may prove more consequential than any chart-topping single. The most seismic of these was her successful acquisition of the master recordings of her entire catalog. After years of legal battles, negotiations, and heartbreak, she emerged victorious, finally gaining the creative and financial control she'd fought so publicly to reclaim. The deal, reportedly worth hundreds of millions, signaled a new era of independence, not just for Taylor, but for artists everywhere. This business coup only added to the legend. Travis Kelce, ever supportive, spoke glowingly about Taylor's intelligence and determination on his podcast, framing her as a role model not only for musicians but for entrepreneurs everywhere. Their relationship, which had already captivated fans and sports commentators alike, became a lens through which to view Taylor's evolving identity, not just as a superstar, but as a mogul. Of course, it wouldn't be a Taylor Swift story without a dose of romance and speculation. Her connection with Travis Kelce has become the stuff of tabloid legend. Every public appearance, from candlelit dinners to post-game celebrations, sparks a wave of analysis. Are they about to get engaged? Will Taylor write a song about the NFL? Is Travis planning a surprise proposal at Arrowhead Stadium? Insiders hint that the relationship is growing ever more serious, with close friends whispering about a possible engagement on the horizon. The couple's candid body language and supportive public statements have only fueled the fire. But their partnership is more than just a celebrity romance. It's a cultural and economic event. Taylor's presence at Kansas City Chiefs games has triggered what the sports world now calls the Taylor Swift effect. Whenever she's spotted in the stands, TV ratings spike, merchandise sales soar, and a new wave of fans, especially young women, find themselves drawn into the world of football. Chiefs-themed Swiftie gear has become some of the hottest merchandise in the franchise's history, and local Kansas City businesses report record sales on game days when Taylor is in town. Restaurants, hotels, and even parking lots are packed with fans hoping for a fleeting glimpse of the music icon. Perhaps the most intriguing plot twist is the persistent rumor that Taylor is eyeing a stake in the Kansas City Chiefs. What started as idle gossip gained credibility after she was seen in private meetings with team executives and NFL officials during the 2024 season. With her net worth surpassing $1 billion and her business acumen widely lauded, the idea is more than plausible. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell has reportedly given a verbal nod to the possibility, though formal negotiations remain under wraps. If Taylor does become a part owner, it would be a watershed moment, the first time an entertainment icon of her stature has crossed over into the ownership ranks of a major American sports franchise. The implications are enormous. Not only would it reshape the economics of the Chiefs, but it would set a precedent for how celebrities can invest in and influence the world of professional sports. Analysts are already predicting a domino effect, with other stars likely to follow suit, changing the face of team ownership across leagues. Taylor's rumored foray into sports ownership isn't just about business. It's about rewriting the rules of fame. In generations past, celebrities crossed over into fashion, fragrance, and endorsements. Taylor is charting a new course, moving from endorsements and partnerships to direct financial investment and ownership. Her every move is dissected not just by fans, but by industry insiders eager to understand the next evolution of influence. Her story also resonates because it's fundamentally about control over her art, her business, and her image. By securing her masters, Taylor has ensured that she, and not some faceless company, will profit from her legacy for decades to come. By potentially investing in the Chiefs, she's signaling that her ambitions extend far beyond music. While Taylor's silence in 2025 has been almost as newsworthy as her previous output, it's a calculated quiet. She's proven that she doesn't need to flood the market with new material to remain at the center of the conversation. Instead, she lets the world come to her, allowing anticipation to build, speculation to run wild, and her legend to grow. What comes next? That's the question on everyone's mind. Will she return to music with a surprise album, as she's done so many times before? Will she shatter yet another glass ceiling by joining the ranks of NFL ownership? Or will she surprise us all with an entirely new venture? Film, politics, philanthropy? Whatever Taylor chooses, one thing is certain: it will be watched, analyzed, and mimicked by an entire generation. Her ability to shape trends, command attention, and set the agenda for both music and business is unrivaled. Whether she's on stage, at the negotiating table, or simply sitting in the stands at a football game, Taylor Swift's presence is a force of nature, felt even in her absence. In an era where fame is fleeting and the next big thing is always waiting in the wings, Taylor has mastered the art of making the world wait for her. She's turned stillness into spectacle, silence into anticipation, and absence into influence. As the world waits to see her next move, one thing is clear: Taylor Swift remains the story, whether she's making music or simply making history. And so, as the VMAs approach and the sports world buzzes with rumors, the eyes of millions remain fixed on Taylor Swift, eager for the next headline, the next song, the next chapter. In the theater of celebrity, she's proven that sometimes the most powerful act is simply to leave the world wanting more.